Good morning. Joining us right from the start this morning, House Judiciary Committee ranking member, Representative Doug Collins from right here in Georgia in the 9th Congressional District. Congressman Collins, glad to have you this morning. How are you?
I'm doing great, Brian. Hope you are.
I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule and staying in communication with your district, much like our show here, because you have been very busy here recently. And you took to the floor. The DOJ has been slow walking, releasing these closed door testimonies. And you took to the floor and you're tired of the slow walking, is what I've picked up, and you've decided to release several yourself. Talk a little bit of that decision you made when you decided to start releasing. Right now we have Bruce Orr, Lisa Page, and Peter Strzok, and you have told in interviews that there's others coming. So talk about your reasoning to do this and the direction you're going.
Well, it really goes back to a whole process here that, Brian, we've talked about for many, or basically a few years now. And this is the process that we began to see in the Department of Justice over the past few years, and how the politicization of the Department of Justice actually was influencing the investigations, influencing what we saw going on. So what we were looking at, and what the investigation and these interviews were consisting of, was a joint effort between the Judiciary Committee and the Oversight Committee looking into this over the past couple of years. What we found was, and again, these transcripts, I've been asked before, why would you not just release them all? Because there's about 20 plus that we have. And what we're looking at is, one, we're making sure that they should have everything they need to be released. But number two is, we're wanting people to dissect them individually. And because what we find in this is that people get lost in the story, and the liberal media does not want this story out. The Democrats don't want to touch this, because what it goes back to is showing a pattern of corruption mainly around three individuals: Strzok, Page, and McCabe. It's Andy McCabe, Lisa Page, and Peter Strzok, that were involved in everything from the Clinton email investigation all the way to the beginning of the Russia investigation to the ending of the 8 days in May that has now become famous with Andy McCabe talking about Comey being fired and then Mueller being appointed as the special counsel. So what we're wanting to show is that this was existing. This was not something that was random. It was not something that was normal, but it was actually I guess is a variant from what should be done. Everybody in the country should be concerned about a Department of Justice that is not blind in their prosecution, and that's what we're doing with this.
Okay, well, when you get to that, one, and there's a lot to unpack here, and you just got a couple minutes. When you get to that, the actual FBI investigation that was ongoing, they knew before it was turned over to Special Counsel Robert Mueller that there would probably be no way to prove Russian collusion, no way to prove that the Russians had something to do with President Trump winning the presidency. They knew that before it was handed over to Mueller, did they not?
They had indication of that. In fact, even Strzok and some others said, "We're not sure, if this will actually end." I think his words were, "There's not a there there." The problem was, yeah, exactly. No, you're right. But the problem was they continued the investigation, and really, you get into some really interesting times around the McCabe acting as the head there, where he said the text message said, "We have to act on what we've been thinking about," while Andy is acting director of the FBI. When we understand that, then you see that there was a larger construct where I believe, and what we're looking at, is it was not just the collusion, but they actually felt the president was a bigger part of something that they have been looking into, whether it be obstruction or whether it be, influenced by Russia. Now, they can go back now and try and paint a different picture and say we were just going on what he said, but the evidence is in the files themselves. The evidence shows this. Let's do real quickly for your listeners this morning. Number one, we found out over the last week and a half from the Bruce Orr transcript, we found out that the timeline that Adam Schiff, who has been a problem on this since day one, wanting to convert facts and deal in his own realm, that in his own world, that the timeline of when Orr had their contacts and turning over this information was not after the election, but it was before the election. It was actually in August of 2016. This is the dossier issue that we're talking about. So we find out that's true. We also find out Glenn Simpson, who is Fusion GPS, who collected the dossier, who was paid by the Clintons to do this. They were actually, he lied as well about the timing here. So that's an interesting tidbit out of the Bruce Orr. Lisa Page. The Lisa Page investigation actually showed, this one is the big one, actually in the testimony said that they were pressured by the Department of Justice, big DOJ, to not charge gross negligence against Hillary Clinton. In fact, that was the pressure being put onto them, even though Jim Baker, one of the counsels at DOJ, thought that it probably was going to be charged.
Not to interrupt you, but let's let our listeners know the Department of Justice at this time is Loretta Lynch as the Attorney General.
Exactly. Okay. That's what I was getting to.
Oh, Loretta Lynch. I'm sorry.
No. That's why I've said, I posted a couple of tweets. And by the way, if anybody wants to follow this, at Rep. Doug Collins, we'll be putting all these out. But I followed this and I said, Loretta Lynch has some explaining to do. Because long before she met with Bill Clinton on the tarmac to discuss grandchildren for 45 minutes, wink, wink, nod, nod, yeah, right. She had already, in her top echelon from the Obama Department of Justice, said, we're not going down this line. This was long before there was any interview of Miss Clinton, any before any of her team, Mills and Sanderson, the rest, were actually given immunity and not checking computers. Whole big mess. But we see influence from the highest level, possibly from the White House, but definitely from the DOJ on this issue. Then we see, of course, with Peter Strzok, we begin to see, here was a man who thought he was untouchable. Here was a man who thought it was up to him to influence election and to be a part. Remember, he was part of the email investigation. He was there at the beginning of the Russia investigation and continued this whole process out through what then became Mueller, and he became part of the Mueller investigation. This is why this is important. This is why we want to get it out there for people to see. This is why also, before the Mueller report comes out, which we will show, we believe, as the president said, will not show collusion, will not show, which, again, is not a crime, will not show anything with the president. We're showing that these are actual things that should be investigated instead of what my colleagues and the chairman of my committee is doing with 81 letters on a giant fishing expedition. We're going with facts, and these are the facts that are out there, and saying, let's look at what's actually happened here in our FISA process, our intelligence process, and these kind of things. That's why we're doing it the way we're doing it.
All right, when you said what should be investigated, so let me ask you this question. First of all, you were asked in a recent interview on Fox News about the next, I got a couple things here before the next release, and you were asked directly about Jim Baker, who was the key lawyer for the FBI. You did not say that you were not going to release that, but can you give us now, are you going to release that? And when you say there's several other, what's the timeline we start seeing some more testimony being released from you?
Baker will be one of them released, yes. That is released. It may not be the next one. We're trying to put these in a perspective, ones that we have ready to go, that we're being, unlike the Democrats, we're not being careless with information that's classified or possibly even, sensitive. We're not doing that. We're not doing what they have implied to do. We're making sure that everything is there in the fullest possible form. And we're doing this, again, where it can be dissected what's actually going on here. So this will probably, we're looking at the releases soon. We're, of course, Congress is out of session this week. I'm visiting a lot of places here in the district this week, back in where I love to be. And we're preparing those. And, I would start looking for them again very soon as we get back.
Okay, your committee, the Judiciary Committee, Republicans are the minority, but what about, that's irrelevant to the Department of Justice. What about William Barr, the new Attorney General now? Have you had any talks with him? Is this information starting to be a lead up? Because remember, the reason we had to have the special counsel, some saying Robert Mueller, was when the President of the United States terminated former FBI Director James Comey, and that was a big thing. Oh, God, we have to have this. Are you releasing things now that is maybe leading the Department of Justice to look at this, William Barr, a new Attorney General, and do you see the possibility of a special counsel coming out of this?
It is possible to see that. I think, Lindsey Graham's talked about that a little bit. No, what I'm encouraged about with the issue for the Bill Barr, who I think is right now is getting settled in. He's doing a great job as far as putting it forth what he did in his confirmation hearing when he said, I want to make sure that we release everything we can, make sure that this is all out. But he said he was also willing to look into the FISA abuse and other issues that we've been raising now with these transcripts. We're simply providing, the impetus, I guess it is, from the American people to say, this is out there. These are things that we believe, and everything we have so far leads us to believe that the new Attorney General will at least look into this. He promised that in his confirmation hearings, and I have no reason to doubt that.
Okay, Attorney General Loretta Lynch, the Department of Justice, gross negligence. I'm going to say my words. She put a stop to it, no charges. But now the testimony that has not been released, that you are already aware of what's in there. Does this lead back to the Obama White House? Will these dots, as these things get released, will this go all the way back to the Obama White House?
Well, I think that's where further investigation will, as we go forward on these, we're letting the transcripts speak for themselves, Brian. And I think that's one of the things that I want to emphasize here. This is not editorializing. This is not Doug Collins getting up and saying, hey, this is what we think she said. And I'm not going to speculate on and I'm not going to give, editorial on what may be coming. But what I will say is this is what you've seen. We see that at least at the highest levels of the Department of Justice, we see the pressure being applied in that investigation. Now, where that came from, were there other were there discussions from the White House counsels or others? Again, those are why let's let these speak for themselves. Let's let them go one way, and then allow the Attorney General to make that look, and also hopefully my Democratic colleagues to say, this is something we wouldn't want any president being able to do, and that's when we can actually look at real investigation as we go forward.
Quickly, Gerard Nadler, the chairman of the Judiciary Committee, he sent out the 81 letters. Is he going to follow it up with subpoenas, or are those actual subpoenas he sent out? And what's next? What's next? What do you see next in this committee happening?
First off, is 81 just requests for information. Some have responded, some have not. Some have asked for friendly subpoenas just to say, look, I'm going to give over some information, but you're going to have to subpoena me first. Not that they're fighting it, but they just want the subpoena. Number two is you'll have some that are just saying, look, there's no way you're going to get presidents personal attorneys to give up anything. That's just never going to happen in any circumstance. And then there'll be subpoenas that are going to be issued in support of what they're trying to do. Here is the problem. They've got nothing to go on. They're panicking. They are simply panicking in the fact of they have a Mueller investigation which they do not believe is going to come up with the answers that they wanted. They do not believe it's going to show. I mean, you're just sensing it more and more. You're hearing it from the speaker. You're hearing it from others. And so now they said, well, if we can't find that, then what else can we do just to continue to beat up on this administration going into the 2020 election cycle? So that's what I expect to see coming forward. Continued liberal legislation that they've been producing, that I've been having to fight against on Second Amendment, on just numerous things, having to be on the floor twice to tell people that they shouldn't be anti-Semitic. That's pretty, or white nationalists. That's pretty stupid. But we're doing those kind of things. They have no policy agenda. So this is where they're struggling with right now. They're just trying to keep up appearances that they're investigating, when in reality they're fishing.
There's not the votes needed to override the president's veto next week on the national emergency. Is that what you see?
There's not. I'll be handling that on the floor, so I'd encourage everybody to watch next week. I'll be on the floor, saying, well, this is a waste of time. And we did this again. And, again, the president's perfectly legal in doing what he did. If they don't like it, then change the law. Don't, do a dissolution, a resolution of disapproval when it's actually the law. This is the problem that has become the problem in Washington, D.C. We'd rather talk about issues than actually do something about issues. And I don't have enough time in my, career or whatever I want to stay in public office to just simply talk about issues. We need to actually, if we need to change the law, let's change the law. If not, let's shut up and get on to other things.
Well, Congressman, I want to double back because we got to close, and thank you, because I think you're correct in the fact that you're not going on shows and you're not going on networks editorializing things. You're releasing transcripts that we can read, the American people, we can read for ourselves and make our own decision and see where the breadcrumbs lead to at the end. So we want to thank you for that. We look forward to the next. Are you going to tell us now when you're going to release something else? Or
I would love to give you an exclusive, but no, we're not sure
I
about
wanted
this.
that. I wanted that, but that's okay. Congressman, thank you. Thank you. I know when you come home, you don't just stay at the house. You get out and visit everywhere in your district. We know that about you, and we appreciate here what you're doing as far as releasing this information that we can read. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day visiting your district, and we wish you well, sir.
Appreciate it, Brian. Look forward to seeing y'all again soon. Take care.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, sir. Okay. Folks, we're going to take a brief break. We're going to come back. Want to unpack a little of that to the bottom of the hour, and then we're going to start off some other things. We thank Congressman Doug Collins for being with us. I want to make some comments on this conversation as soon as we return.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
We're all about truck discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Now save up to $14,000 off new Silverados or up to $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. The new truck inventory is huge, but the discounts are even bigger with thousands in savings guaranteed. So when you think trucks, think Days Chevrolet in Jasper, the North Georgia Mountains #1 volume Chevy dealer, where new Chevy trucks cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in J next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in J next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and J, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
Hey folks, I'm your host BKP. Yeah, this is the real opening. I had to get all serious and stuff with the congressman here. Okay, I gotta get serious. Boom. But let's start out. Let them know, Josh, how you can contact the show right there. 706-889-9700, chief@fetchernews.com, and there are all the social media ways that you can contact and stay in touch with us. There is the temp. I can't see across the room. It's not 30 degrees, Josh. You need to double check. I better not be freezing this morning. It's cold. I had to turn the defroster on. 8:24. So I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. Now, let's do this. I want to take a minute and I want to unpack. Put Congressman Collins' picture back up there for just a minute because I want to unpack what he talked about. That's all right. I didn't tell you I was going to do that. And what I want to do before we get into our next segment, I want to talk about what we just discussed with Congressman Doug Collins. Now, if you're new to the show, all right, if you're new to the show, we're talking about, we don't have time to unpack the whole thing, but we're talking about a Department of Justice headed up by Loretta Lynch, which the congressman would not editorialize, and I understand that, okay? But the breadcrumbs are going to lead back to the Obama White House, all right? Somehow, some way. I mean, you know, I don't want to say he's going to start releasing behind closed door testimony that is going to be boring, okay? He said it himself. He's building a trail. He's building this, okay? The reason the congressman, so I got to back up. This is Congressman Doug Collins. He is the Republican from the 9th District of Georgia. He is the ranking Republican member in the minority side of the House Judiciary Committee, okay? Ranking Republican there. Enough is enough. The nonsense is enough. I mean, he's already had enough time to see what Gerard Nadler is going to do with the committee, the direction he's going to go. And Congressman Collins, tired of the Department of Justice slow walking these behind closed door testimonies, because we keep hearing about all of them, he just decides, I'm going to release them. And what he does is he releases them on the floor, all right? He goes to the floor and he releases them on the floor of the House of Representatives, so they are in the record, the daily record, okay? So what he's doing is he's placing these in the record, and he's giving them to the American people to read. They belong to you. These behind the scenes, behind doors, testimony belongs to the American people. So he is releasing them. He is doing them in an order that is going to build everything up. Now, like he said, there's a lot to digest here. So he's not just going to release them all on one day, because there would be no way we could absorb that kind of information that quick, and it would take a lot of time to, as we call it, unpack everything. So he is methodically, I tried to get him to tell us when the next one, but we do see one coming very soon, and he's methodically releasing. He started with Bruce Orr, Department of Justice, okay? He's the guy that, you know, thought he was in a relay race that had to get all the dossier and be the go-to for the FBI from the Department of Justice. Interesting. Whatever. Lisa Page, FBI. Peter Strzok, FBI. Loretta Lynch, we haven't released nothing there, but 3 have been released. Bruce Orr, Lisa Page, Peter Strzok. Now, in a recent interview, Maria Bartiromo on Fox News asked if Jim Baker was he's a key lawyer for the FBI, and he's actually being looked at. Is he up for charges for lying? I don't know. You've got the transcript on him as well, and this is her quote. He had a closed-door meeting, and my sources say, this is in the interview with Maria Bartiromo this past weekend on Fox News, the congressman here. He had a closed-door meeting, and my sources say that in one of the meetings, he admitted that he wanted to charge HRC, Hillary Rodham Clinton. He thought Hillary should be convicted of gross negligence. Now, are you going to release the transcript soon? So you heard the answer here. He's going to lay this out for the American people to read. He's not editorializing it. It's right there. Read it for yourself, as he says. And he's going to keep releasing these. Here's the interesting thing. If you have a lead lawyer from the FBI, now remember, in CNN and MSNBC, everybody with the FBI is God until they don't want to talk about it. Andrew McCabe, they don't want to talk about this. Remember, Comey was God. McCabe. All right? And all of this is conspiracy theory. to CNN, MSNBC, NBC, ABC, CBS, the rest, the Washington Post, the New York Times, whatever, okay? But no, here is, and this is what Maria Bartiromo is saying. Now, Jim Baker was a key lawyer for the FBI. He's a key lawyer. This guy is the one. Now, you see, they go out and they do the investigation, and then you got FBI lawyers that say, can we convict? What charges? Okay, you bring all this stuff in, you lay it down and say, here, boss, I got all this stuff. And they start sorting through it and say, hey, we got this charge, we got this charge. They know what they can charge. A key lawyer, all right? He had a closed-door meeting, and her sources say that in one of the meetings, he admitted that he wanted to charge Hillary Rodham Clinton. He thought Hillary should be convicted of gross negligence. Department of Justice Loretta Lynch squashed it. We have that from Lisa Page. They squashed it. Loretta Lynch said, no, we're not doing that. It goes all the way to the President of the United States. Obstructing justice. Whoa. Her server. Remember the server that we learned? We all learned what bleach bit, wiping it clean. Where's it at? Oh, you mean that old server we put in? All right. I'm telling you right now, this is serious stuff. We have nothing connected to Donald J. Trump. Nothing. You don't have to like one of his tweets. You can get mad and say, but Chad McCain is a hero. He's got a chubby little white daughter that is privileged. Her little chubby white privileged. She had a pony and she's crying, my daddy. You can say all that. I don't care. You don't have to like Donald Trump's tweets. You don't have to like Donald Trump's demeanor. You don't like that he calls somebody a name. But I guarantee you this, the facts are, is nothing is linked back to Donald J. Trump with Russian collusion, Russians, the campaign being connected to Russia, and Russia attempting to help Trump and Trump knowing about it, okay? Nothing. Doesn't come back from the FBI. It is so weak with the FBI, they know when they hand it over to Mueller, he's got nothing to start with. Really, I don't think this, it's a nothing. It's a, nothing. It's not going to happen. But they take it and run with it. And what they spend, $20+ million of your taxpayer money for nothing. No facts. Period. But this here is facts, is what the congressman is releasing. Congressman Doug Collins is releasing facts. You don't see a story on CNN, not a one. I get up, I watch CNN 4 a.m. I'm going to show you their 4 a.m. break. I watch MSNBC. MSNBC is talking about this morning, Joe and Minka, why 69% of evangelicals support Donald Trump. Nothing on this. Zero. Not a word. All the morning shows, Sunday, George Stephanopoulos, Chuck Todd, no, nothing. This is serious. I mean, Democrats would be running. First of all, we have a republic. It's, our democracy's at threat. Our democracy. We see it crumbling in front of. No. Crickets. Nothing. Now, Fox News is allowing a platform for the congressman to come out and get his message out. And we appreciate that. And there's other networks and sources like this morning. I mean, I thank the congressman and show my appreciation that he gave the American people the information that belongs to us that we can read. I didn't thank him for anything else. I mean, he's a nice guy if you bump into him. But what I thanked him for is what belongs to us to begin with. Our information. So that being said, okay, not a word, crickets. Now we give him the platform to get it out. We're going to see what's next. I want to see what Attorney General Barr does, and that's the reason I asked the question. And I know the congressman can't go there, but I got to ask the question, because what a lot of you out there are asking right now is, what will Barr do? Let's see. What will Barr do? WWBD? I don't know. That's what we're asking. What will the new Attorney General William Barr do? We have, and you understand, they're always crying about protecting the institutions. The institutions. Let me tell you something. We may need to scrap the DOJ. We may need to clean it out from top to bottom and march them to the door. And we may need to just squash the FBI and call it something new. End it, clean out the offices, reapply for the jobs, and we're going to start over. I don't know. Sounds a little crazy, but you know, that's where we're at. These institutions are so corrupt. Went through Loretta Lynch, went to the, we're going to see it go all the way up. Now, the Mueller report, let me just say this, and I'm going to get away from this for right now. It's so disgusting how low the media has gone to pretend like they don't know how things work. The Mueller report, first of all, the Department of Justice, that was the big issue with Beauregard Sessions, the former Attorney General Jeffrey, is Trump was mad because you don't get, if you have a special counsel, the special counsel is appointed by the Department of Justice. The special counsel's budget runs through the Department of Justice. That was the fear the Democrats had, that Whitaker would, acting Attorney General, would stop the payments, and by that way it would dry up the investigation. We've all been protecting Mueller. But what you're failed to be told, what the networks fail to tell you is the Department of Justice appoints special counsel. They really work for them, all right? And the budget. Now, when these, and guess what the Department of Justice is? It's run by the Attorney General. The Attorney General is what? A member of the executive branch, the cabinet. It's a cabinet member. I mean, my God, if I know this is, I'm not the brightest guy in the world. Why can't they tell you this? Why do they run with headlines? Will the public get to see Mueller's report? Will the president hide it? Will they hide it? Will Barr? They know they know the truth of what happened. So what happens is Robert Mueller is the special counsel is obligated to hand the report to the Department of Justice. That's who he really works for. William Barr then is obligated to give a copy to the executive branch. That's who he works for. Now, you understood that out there when it was Eric Holder and Barack Obama. You understood it out there when it was Loretta Lynch and Barack Obama. But now that it's, Jeffrey Sessions, now that it's William Barr and it's Donald Trump, it's like the whole media doesn't understand it anymore. So those two have first copies. Now, the President of the United States has executive privilege, okay, which Obama had, William Jefferson Clinton had, George W. Bush had. They all have it. He has executive privilege to go through and say, this does not need to be out there. They're conversations that should never be shared. He has the right to do it. And the media knows all that. But their fear is they won't get the whole thing, so they can leak. They want to leak it out. I'm your host, BKP. We'll take a break. Please stay with this story and Congressman Collins. Google, I forget, he told you where you could go follow this, but please follow Congressman Doug Collins on a daily basis to find out what's next in this corruption. Total corruption with Hillary Rodham Clinton, and the only collusion with the Russians is Bill and Hillary. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be right back, and we'll kick off something else this morning. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
We're all about truck discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Now save up to $14,000 off new Silverados or up to $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. The new truck inventory is huge, but the discounts are even bigger with thousands in savings guaranteed. So when you think trucks, think Days Chevrolet in Jasper, the North Georgia Mountain's #1 volume Chevy dealer, where new Chevy trucks cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and LJ, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
8 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
Hey, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. Sorry about that. I get a quick okay. I'm here. I just got a couple things here that come across the screen, and I cannot time when they show up. Hey, let's tell them how to get in touch with the show. There you go. Phone number, email address, and the email address, phone number, and all the social media ways. All right? Now, that being said, programming note tomorrow being Wednesday, I'm going to take the 9 o'clock hour, okay? I don't know how much time I will need, so I'm going to take the 9 o'clock hour, and we're going to discuss Towns County and Terry Silvers, the gentleman that got killed in a car wreck a couple weeks ago. That is very controversial. We're going to discuss that. And we're also going to discuss the sheriff of Towns County, Chris Clinton. So tomorrow at 9 o'clock, we are going to use this platform to talk about Towns County. And we will be putting that on our social media. All right, so the deep state is getting in alignment for election 2020. Are you ready? Are you watching the deep state get themselves in alignment? And let me just put it like this. Do you find it interesting? I do not. I do not feel things are a coincidence, okay? Wisconsin, the cheeseheads, our friends up there. Do you think it's a coincidence in the deep state, number 2, okay, that Paul Ryan, former Speaker of the House, made a comment, okay, made a comment that Trump, based on his personality, would lose. He's from Wisconsin. Okay? You think it's a coincidence that he said that? You think it's a coincidence he said that right in line with the time when the DNC selected Milwaukee as their Democrat National Committee convention location. You think so? You think he said that right in time with the DNC releasing they'll be in Milwaukee, as the poll now that says Trump will lose Wisconsin, he loses Wisconsin, I think it was up against Bernie. You think all that's coincidence or deep state alignment? I'm just saying, this is our, hey, could it be? Now, let me ask you number one. You think it's coincidence that the deep state is getting in alignment here for 2020? Let's go to picture one. Didn't Jeb Bush, now I understand, Weld, is that his name? William Weld or whatever his name is, the former governor of Massachusetts that is supposed to be a Republican, but he's not, and he ran as a vice president candidate with the Libertarians. All right, I understand that. I understand Hogan. Is it Hogan in Maryland? The governor is thinking about it. But is it a coincidence that the deep state Jeb Bush, okay? The deep state Jeb Bush is coming out and saying that you Republicans. Now, it doesn't matter that the polling says that Donald Trump has 93% support from Republicans. Doesn't matter. But is it a coincidence that Jeb comes out and says here recently, you need a choice? Republicans need a choice. I don't know, it could be a coincidence. Is it a coincidence? How many times am I going to say this? But I'm just getting there, okay? Stay with me. This is my 2020, is it a coincidence? Number 13. Is it a coincidence that Brother GW comes out yesterday and does a immigration is a blessing and a strength little speech there as we have, as they swear in a group of new citizens? Is it a coincidence in the deep state that GW came out yesterday in the media? Look at MSNBC, 5:01 a.m. Central Time, meaning right out of the box this morning, 6 a.m. President Bush yesterday in Dallas, Texas. Is it a coincidence? I don't know. I'm talking about 2020 political alignment for the Democrats, and half the team is going to be against us. Just say it. All right? Is it a coincidence? Okay, is it a coincidence? Put the picture up I just showed you. I just sent you. Is it a coincidence? Oh my God! Sorry for you folks at home. That was rough. I know, that was rough. All right, wipe your eyes, okay? Get back up. That knocked you out of the chair. Whoa, can you see that on campaign push cards? Joe? I'm sorry. Could you see that picture on a campaign push card? Joe Biden, the serious guy running with sideshow Stacey Abrams. So there's a sideshow Bob. I'm not making fun. I just think the hair. You gotta get a hot comb in that thing, sister. Anyhow. But is it a coincidence? Now, wait a minute. I'm not done. Is it a coincidence that Joe Biden may get into the race? And he just had a meeting with Stacey Abrams, okay? And they're talking about her being maybe his vice presidential running mate. Is that a coincidence? Is it a coincidence they're focusing on Georgia? That either they want Stacey to run for Senate or be his running mate? And put that Georgia in play. Let me just say this, Democrats. Georgia did vote for Jimmy Carter. You're not going to get the same turnout here. Okay? Period. All right. So there was all that red, and I'm sorry to remind the people of Georgia, but there was all that red for Ronald Reagan, and then there was Georgia. Okay? But let's just put it like this. Is it a coincidence that they're trying to make a Georgia play? Now, what about Beto O'Rourke? Sorry, Francis. What about Francis? Is it a coincidence he is running and he is from Texas? So if he does not make it, maybe he can bring in Texas? None of this is a coincidence, folks. There's no coincidence here, okay? Now, I'm going to dig a little deeper on this one. Remember, let me go back to the beginning here. I get it. When would you ever, number 3, when would you ever hire a Fox News, a CNN, Fox News, when would you ever hire a CNN contributor? When would you do that? And why? Have you noticed Fox News has rolled out the welcome mat for Democrats, candidates, all the above? And they've decided to bring the Democrats in and be gentle. Now, I enjoyed the interview with South Bend, Indiana Mayor Pete Buttigieg, but I thought Chris Wallace was, soft walking maybe some questions. Not that Chris Wallace is a Democrat on Fox, really. But Donna Brazile. Now, all of this is 2020. I mean, the President of the United States is going to he's going to have the deep state, and they're positioning. You're watching it right in front of your eyes. This woman here, okay? Now, where is the Donna Brazile? This is who Fox News is bringing on board. Donna Brazile out at CNN amid leaks to Clinton campaign. I thought, wait a minute. This just does not make sense, because this same Donna Brazile, number 4, and then I want to go back to this one. This same Donna Brazile was the acting chair of the Democrat National Committee. She's been twice. This lady has been the chair of the Democrat National Committee, I think, twice. She was the acting chair last time. Now, wait a minute. Go back to that other picture. So Donna Brazile is out at CNN amid leaks to the Clinton campaign. So this woman here, Donna Brazile, the acting chairwoman of the Democrat National Committee, while with CNN, resigned from her role as a CNN contributor earlier this month. And this is back in 2016, October 31st. Her departure was announced Monday amid fresh revelations that she sent questions, plural, to Hillary Clinton's campaign in advance of a CNN debate and a CNN TV One town hall. In a statement, CNN said it was completely uncomfortable with what we have learned about her interactions with the Clinton campaign while she was a CNN contributor. Well, CNN didn't care. They knew all along Donna Brazile sending the questions over. They did not care. When it was discovered it happened, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait for it, wait for it. How did we find this out? Oh, the DNC server. Was this not part of the emails? I don't know. Were there emails? Tell me. I give you. Were there emails uncovered? You understand? How did we get this information? Did CNN investigate her and find out she was doing it? No. Did she just come forward and say, I cannot live another day without telling the truth? No. I think we found this in a treasure trove. Okay? Now, let me ask you another thing. Is it coincidence? No. It's just 2 weeks ago. It was only 4 weeks ago, we'll call it 4 weeks ago, that Chris Wallace looked at Perez, which Perez is the acting DNC chair, and said, are we going to get one of those debates on Fox News? And he looked at him and said, I don't know yet. But then they found out what they say Fox News, okay, gave Donald Trump the questions. I wonder if this was all set up to validate why Fox News would hire Donna Brazile. Well, she knows how to get the questions out. Maybe Fox News can get a debate now if they throw Juan Williams, Geraldo Rivera, and Donna Brazile as the panel, and Lord, the lefties will line right up to be on that. Maybe that's what they did. Maybe that's their olive branch to the left. Folks, there's none of this is a coincidence. Donna Brazile, why I'm excited to join Fox News and take part in civil and sensible debate. They know, she said it herself in an interview, they know they have to go to Fox News. They know what hurt them last time was avoiding Fox News. So they know they have to infiltrate. You can't find anywhere where they have not infiltrated, okay? The 2020 presidential election is a consequential moment in American democracy. Everything we believe in as Americans will be examined, in essence, ratified by our votes. But it concerns me, as it does the majority of good Americans, that our national debate has become hostile and disrespectful. We no longer simply agree to disagree. Too often we demonize the intentions of others. Our lines of communication are frayed, if not broken. I'm sorry, this is about as low as Fox News can go, bringing on Donna Brazile. There's a play for Texas, there's a play for Georgia, they're set up in Milwaukee, they've got Paul Ryan helping them in Milwaukee, they've got polling that they say Trump loses there. Okay, they've got Jeb and George W. there. They've got the deep state. The deep state is churning as fast as it can. And I'm here to tell you, we better pay attention because everything's not a coincidence. Why would you pick up a CNN leftover if you were not trying to help the Democrats? I'm serious. Fox News. Now, I'm going to say this. This is who Fox News hires. Judge Jeanine only made an accurate comment concerning Sharia law, or questioned Sharia law with our Constitution. It cannot go together. That's all she did. Christians get attacked. Jews get attacked. But you can't say one thing about a Muslim. Nothing. Nothing at all. Because you see what happened to you can't question anything. But Fox will hire, at one night they let her go, and Fox will hire this woman that knowingly lied and cheated. Because remember when she got caught at first, She didn't come out and say, yes, it happened. She went into full denial. So Fox wants to bring on somebody to, I mean, let me tell you what this is like. Fox News, this is like bringing on Brian Williams. Yes. And we don't have time to go into it, but we all know why NBC had to put him on leave. Because his lion Brian Williams, the nightly newscaster. And then after they put him on leave, they brought him back and buried him at 11 o'clock at night. And they, on MSNBC, not the flagship NBC. They buried him on MSNBC at 11 o'clock at night. Fox, this is the equivalent of hiring. I would not be as upset right now if you hire Brian Williams. Bottom line. I'm your host, BKP. I got to take a brief break. We're going to come back. I got a couple more things I want to cover on this, but it's not a coincidence, folks. Now, there is something that really scares me that nobody, when I say nobody, it just makes me a nervous wreck, and I see the road we're going down. Because the Republicans work for today, and Democrats play one hell of a good long game, whether you like it or not. I'll be back right after these messages.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
We're all about truck discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Now save up to $14,000 off new Silverados or up to $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. The new truck inventory is huge, but the discounts are even bigger with thousands in savings guaranteed. So when you think trucks, think Days Chevrolet in Jasper, the North Georgia Mountain's #1 volume Chevy dealer, where new Chevy trucks cost less.
Better days ahead. Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
Hey folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I'm watching all of the social media, and you're saying, you fire Fox News, you fire Judge Janine, and you leave Shepard Smith there. Shepard Smith is gay. I mean, things have shifted. Protections are not for all. Freedom of speech is not for all. It's not. It's not for all. There's protection for minority groups unlike ever before. So let's show everybody the social media way, and the way you can always contact the show right there. Okay. And that's the way you can get in touch with us. That's a news line 24/7. If you ever want to be on the show, text me there, and we'll let you be on the show. Now, let me give you a little programming note here. Before we get into our Elizabeth Warren story, and I want to get into this, okay? I want to go somewhere that I don't, that the other media, they're running with this. They're excited about this, but we need to be concerned because it's real. Before we get into that, the heartbeat bill, Georgia State Senate, the committee voted to bring the heartbeat bill out of committee for a vote. So it looks like the heartbeat bill in Georgia is closer to being on the floor, could be on the floor today. I'm not for sure. But about 22 minutes after we finished our show and did our segment yesterday, the heartbeat bill made it out of committee, okay? Not by any help from Phil Kent, that is a panelist on the Georgia Gang, which he sent me an ugly message yesterday because I reported what happened on the Georgia Gang. He sent me he must have got major backlash, Phil Kent from the Georgia Gang. He cleared up he's not a lobbyist and he's never registered to be a lobbyist. Okay, that's fine. He's a consultant. We'll leave it there, okay? So, and he got very ugly that I used the word lobbyist. The fact is he said table the heartbeat bill. But the point I want to make real quick is it made it out of committee. It's going to go to the floor. I really think we're going to see this thing get to Governor Brian Kemp's desk. That's great. The anger. Take a minute, folks. Take a minute. The anger it caused. They had to rope off. If you've ever been to the Capitol, young people come down and they volunteer and they get credit from school and everything to be pages, okay? So if I go there and I want to talk to one of the representatives, I would write the representative's name on the ticket and I would give it to a page, say I would like to, because I have a press pass, I'd like to talk, and then the page would go into the gallery and hand it to the representative. There's a rope line. The protesters against the heartbeat bill on the Senate side they're so nasty they had to block it off in fear of the young people, the pages, of maybe something happening, because they were vile with language and threats and nasty, and they're angry, and they had to rope it off to only authorized personnel because of that. Generally, the general public can walk all around, but they had to do that based on that. Okay, now let's get to Elizabeth Warren. Now, what did I tell you last Friday? And let's wait here. I'm gonna give you the one. I want number 22, but not right now. Okay. So what did I say last Friday, and what have I said? I have said this over and over. I really do not think Elizabeth Warren is going to be the Democrat nominee. But she is a policy, they call her a policy wonk, right? She gets into writing policy, all right? And I have said, hey, she will not be the candidate. But my fear is her policies will make it onto the campaign trail. There's a lot of people, forget polling right now. There's a lot of people out there that believe you're supposed to, just bring, there's a lot of Michael Moores out there where you're supposed to just bring the big banks. You're supposed to crack up Google, crack up Facebook, crack up Amazon. You're supposed to crack up all the big banks. I mean, there's a lot out there, and they like Elizabeth Warren. And when she talks about all this, breaking this up and breaking that up, and she starts policy, they like it. Now, I'm not asking you to, but they do. Stay with the facts. So what I've told you on this show multiple times, that I'm in fear that Elizabeth Warren will not, A, be on the ticket, but her policies will creep in to the candidate, okay? The rest are out there yelling, I smoke pot, I smoke pot. Corey Booker saying, look at, we've got lawmakers talking about smoking pot, prostitution, reparations. All these things are going on out there. Beto O'Rourke just flaring his hands, just going like this and going like this and going like this. No, that was not a monkey reference. But anyhow, Beto's out there not answering any questions. It's taking 3 and 4 days for people to realize he's an empty shirt, but you can do a lot with money. He raised the money. All of that being said, Elizabeth Warren last night said directly, number 22, Elizabeth Warren favors elimination of the Electoral College. Here's my fear, is so many of our side, and I got to say it like that, our side, is looking at the screen now, we'll look at it tomorrow and say that'll never happen. Okay? They've wanted rid of the Electoral College for years, but basically the big one that just sent it over the edge was Al Gore, because Al Gore should have been president of the United States, and they don't believe it should be due to a hanging Chad, and they don't believe it should be due to the Supreme Court saying that the Secretary of State of Florida certified the election and it's over. They don't believe in any of that. They believe when it's done, Al Gore won the popular vote and he should be president of the United States. So that being said, they want to eliminate the Electoral College, and I'm in fear that so many of you out there are, it can never happen. And Warren's putting it out there. And a lot of voters don't realize this. We're coming down to the no need for the Electoral College. Now give me number 23. Warren favors eliminating the Electoral College, willing to consider Medicare for all along with private insurers. Moving away, now what is this? Let's look at what this picture says. Moving away from the Electoral College once each state sign on to secure 270 electoral votes. What does this mean? So you got Hawaii, California, Washington, Colorado, Illinois, New York, looks like Maryland, D.C., New Jersey, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New York, all right. All the purple, what does the purple equal? The purple equals 181. See, current total, 181 electoral votes. What is the magic number? 270, right? And I didn't do this. 270, you are President of the United States. So let me say this. Let me get this. Stay with me. Stay with me. 270, I have it here. So 270 minus 181 equals 89. 89. Now I don't have the map up, but there's only 2 or 3 more states that have a liberal tilt to them. For example, a Michigan, a Wisconsin, a Minnesota. There's a couple states there that have a liberal, Pennsylvania, maybe, that if they get 89 more, there's no need for the Electoral College, there's no need for you to go vote. That's 270. So what am I building this all up, and what is the purple, and when the hell am I going to tell you what all this means? The states you see there have already decided and made an agreement that no matter the popular vote of the state, you live in Colorado, there ain't no damn reason for you to go to the polls. Now, the other side of the reason is for you to go to the polls is help get the popular vote up. But if you're a supporter of Someone that's going to lose the popular vote? Colorado, whoever wins the national popular vote dedicates their delegates to that candidate. Even if Colorado voted for Donald Trump. Now, I'm serious. I'm trying to watch this, okay? You do the research, tell me where I'm wrong, but here's what here's the takeaway. So Trump runs and he does really well and he decides, and you're sitting there and it says Colorado for Donald Trump. And you're like, damn, Colorado, way to go. All right, Rocky Mountain High. So Donald Trump shows up red. Watch election night, all the talking, well, Donald Trump has won Colorado, and that's going to be interesting because if later tonight the Democrat ends up with the popular vote, leading by 3 million in the popular vote, Colorado's delegates go to that candidate and not Donald Trump. What? That's right. Washington State, I think it's Washington State, has passed a resolution to not let Donald Trump on the ballot, the President of the United States, on the ballot until he releases his tax returns. I can only come on here on a daily basis and ask you to pay attention with me and let's do something together. This blue right here, okay, this blue, because let me tell you something. Number 24, Warren favors elimination of electoral college, okay? Hillary Clinton did win popular vote. Al Gore did win popular vote. It's scary as hell. And all they need is what I say, 80-some more electoral vote. Then it don't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So I'm your host, BKP. We're going to take a brief break and we're going to come back and get our last 30 minutes out of the way. But this is a story with Elizabeth Warren that absolutely scares the daylights out of me, that we have to pay attention. Take us to break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge, we have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East LJ. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Better days ahead.
We're all about truck discounts at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Now save up to $14,000 off new Silverados or up to $8,000 off new Chevy Colorados. The new truck inventory is huge, but the discounts are even bigger with thousands in savings guaranteed. So when you think trucks, think Days Chevrolet in Jasper, the North Georgia Mountain's #1 volume Chevy dealer, where new Chevy trucks cost less.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
Hey, folks, I'm your guest. I'm your host, not guest. I was reading something, and it actually had Congressman Collins' name right there that we had earlier as a guest. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Show them how they can contact the show and get in touch with us. There you go. Now, this right here, we got to put this up. I was on social media. Josh, just go ahead and put it up. Here you go, folks. Just soak that in. There's Creepy Joe getting some neck smooching. I don't know who did this. I would love to give you a shout out, give you credit. I wish on social media there's no credit on this. I wish I could find and give, and if I do find it, I'll give you credit. That is amazing. That is awesome. There you go. Biden Abrams 2020. Creepy Joe. I tell you, that's what Trump needs to call him. Creepy old Joe. And there is Stacey Abrams getting some neck smooches right there. So take that down. I've asked you, stop scaring the audience. Now, I just want to go through this, and I do this only because I like to show you what the media thinks is news, okay? This is at 5 a.m., okay? You'll see 2:59, meaning the clock's getting ready to change to 5 a.m. Eastern time. And this is what MSNBC thinks is the top story to run with. Number 5. Now, if you don't know who Meghan McCain is, she is the chubby little spoiled brat, rich white girl, blonde on the far end, okay? And it's Meghan McCain. And Trump will never be a great man like my daddy. My daddy bought me a pony. I had a pony when I was little. He's a great man. He took me hiking. He also was a double agent, baby. Bottom line, yeah, daddy was a double agent. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, number 6, right there, MSNBC. Meghan McCain, Trump will never be a great man. Here's number 7. Remember that touching moment when she went to her daddy's casket? Meghan McCain slams Trump on The View. When did The View at 5 a.m. in the morning become your lead story after he attacked John McCain on Twitter? Now, here's another little, I got a second one. Why don't we go call this just spoiled ass brat segment? So Abby Huntsman, number 8, okay, Abby Huntsman, her daddy, her rich daddy from Utah, one-time governor of Utah, even senator, I don't know, but one-time governor, anyhow, her daddy, which got an ambassadorship. She better hush up, because mommy and daddy got one of them dream vacations and went where they wanted, okay? President Trump sent them there. Here's another little spoiled brat, John Huntsman's daughter. Proud of my good friend Meghan McCain. You tell them, girl. You go, girl. This is 5 o'clock in the damn morning. I'm like, what the hell? I'm hearing a go girl at 5 o'clock in the morning? Proud of my good friend Meghan McCain for staying so composed through this nonsense. The McCain family doesn't deserve it, and neither does this great country. Although her daddy was a double agent, leadership and decency may not matter on a reality show, but it sure as hell matters. It sure as hell matters when you're running the free world. What the hell how did these spoiled rich kids, they're not Republicans. Damn it, don't say they're Republican. The kids are Republicans. They're not. One is, I'm not saying it, and the other one was a double agent, and I call it at that. John McCain was a double agent. He worked for the deep state, period, okay? These spoiled brats. But it sure as hell matters when you're running. I wonder if she stomped her foot. It sure as hell matters when you're running for the free. All right, and here she is, number 9, The View, ABC, Abby Huntsman, and there's her Twitter handle right there. If you'd like to tell her how you feel about it, that's MSNBC. Now let me go to this one. I just want to show you, because we do that, the deep state, how they stay in lockstep. This is 4:03 a.m., number 19. Meghan McCain, co-host of The View. This is 4 a.m. Their first story of the day is about The View with Meghan McCain. So I just wanted to show you that. Now next, okay, watch for this, because MSNBC came out this morning, and what's important to them is number 10, a Mar-a-Lago weekend and an act of God. Now what got, okay, what got Michael Cohen in the deepest trouble? Bank fraud, okay? Bank fraud. So they're looking to go bank fraud on your president. A Mar-a-Lago weekend, an act of God, in the New York Times, Trump's history with Deutsche Bank. The sales team managed to sell hundreds of millions of dollars worth of bonds. Mr. Trump was pleased with the results when a Deutsche Bank executive called, according to a person who heard the conversation. We don't know who it is. If somebody was in the room, heard the conversation. Don't forget what you promised our guys. Now, don't you love that the New York Times will run this? Okay? They sold bonds, and Trump was so pleased with the results when Deutsche Bank executive called. Who's the executive? Number 1, according to a person who heard the, was it Michael Cohen? Because Michael said he walked around, maybe it was Don Jr., he was in the room. You remember Michael Cohen, this is what his senator, Michael Cohen said, I was standing there when Julian Assange called, or no, Roger Stone called and said, the eagle has landed. What's that mean? The eagle, damn it. Hillary's emails, 2 days. He wants us to believe he was standing in the room. Well, let's see, who is this person that heard the conversation? Don't forget what you promised our guys, man. The executive reminded him. Mr. Trump said he did not remember, and that he doubted the salesman actually expected to be taken to Mar-a-Lago. I don't have that dun-dun-dun music. Number 11, a Mar-a-Lago weekend, an act of God. Trump's history with Deutsche Bank. Number 12, this is Joe and Minka, Trump's history with Deutsche Bank. All right, let's go to this one, number 14, because we got to wrap up this morning. There's Joe and Minka. Minka's been stretched or something. I mean, just stretched. Silly putty. Every time I see Minka's head, I think it could go in one of those silly putty eggs. That's wrong, I understand, but let me double down. There is Gumby Joe. He got that Gumby. He got that Gumby going. They did that back in the 80s, Joe. They did the Gumby. Okay. Poll, 69% of white evangelicals approve of Trump. Do you not realize, white evangelicals, if you approve of Trump, you're going straight to hell? Do you not know that? My God, 69% of you have lost your golden ticket as Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory to get in. Your heavenly golden ticket is gone because 69% of white evangelicals approve of Trump. And Joe goes on there this morning, that is not the white evangelical. That's not where I come from. We just did not. We would never have done this. Interesting. Oh, by the way, Joe, how about that intern that stood up one day and lost her oxygen to her brain and fell and bumped her head and died? I don't know why, I just threw that in. All right, last, I think this might be last. They are focusing, and this was at 7 a.m. this morning. Joe and Minka are focusing at 7 a.m. Now, I'm not for sure what they're doing. Now, I think Francis O'Rourke is backed by Obama. Francis raised $6 million where, and he had to apologize because his wife is raising the kids. What would his apology be like if he was told the truth and said, my wife and our nanny are raising? What would that happen? What if he'd have said, thank God my wife has a nanny back home. Thank God my wife is worth a fortune. And we're able to have a nanny. What if that was the apology? Damn, just think about it. But anyhow, Beto, better known as Francis O'Rourke, better known as a hacker, better known as a guy that wears a dress in a band, better known as a DUI, whatever, better known as the guy that Reuters buried stories on and did not expose until after the Texas Senate race. All of the above. I think he's backed by Obama, and Obama's people are jumping on the board, and they're excited to be with him. Joe Biden is looking at, now let's go to number 15. Okay, so I don't know what they're doing. If they're trying to kick him off, but 2020 Democrat presidential nomination, he's up 4 points. He's not in the race from last week. It's Joe Biden. Joe and Bernie. Two old guys at the deli slurping soup. Joe and Bernie. Okay? And then we get into the eights. And that's Carmel Harris. I call her Carmel. She's got a caramel kind of tint to her. Okay? And then you got Francis is at 8. And then Warren at 7. And then you get down to Booker at 4, and you get Klobuchar at 2, and then let's go to number 16, and you get Buttigieg down to 1, and Castro. They're all sharing the 1 mark. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand just blew her roll out as she's going to have a rally in front of Trump Tower. Yes, that's going to really get your name recognition and everything. John Hickenlooper and Jay Inslee from Washington State. With his climate change. So Joe, let's go back to 15. Joe's up there. He's leading the pack. He met with Stacey Abrams. Why is Joe, and this is the question I have that I don't have the answers, why is Joe leaving? Why is he insinuating things? Why is he leaving clues? Why is he dropping these little clues and moving along like the other night, Saturday? I'm the most progressive candidate in the race, or I'm the most progressive candidate if I was in the race. Okay, Joe. And then, and then why would you meet with Stacey Abrams, seriously, from Georgia and leak that meeting? And why would you? Okay. So we don't know. There's a lot of things happening out there. There's a lot of things the deep state media is doing. What if Obama calls him up and says, Joe, get the hell out and just go for it right now? Say you would like to see some of the young people in the Democrat Party, much like Francis O'Rourke, get a chance and do a end around endorsement of Francis. What if? Okay. So that being said, Francis is at 8. He's up only 1. He's had to answer questions. Now, here is something that the deep state media will have to deal with, and I got it up here really quick. I do want to get to this. I know. Okay. Beto O'Rourke seemingly endorses third trimester abortions. Now Beto is and I wish Fox would call him Francis. I mean, I'm really disturbed that even Fox writes stories and talks about him using Beto. But Francis, okay, O'Rourke is not going to be able to answer questions, and he's not. He's just giving some general statements and getting out of the way. And actually, most of the media that he's bumping into is not asking him any hard questions, and the only thing is the people that sneak through. And trust me, I have been to these. Like John Ossoff, when he ran against Karen Handel here in Georgia, I went to an event on Sunday, and I tried everything to get Ossoff to talk to me. I went around that whole event. And if finally I went to the face-to-face, I have the camera, and I'm ready to go, and I said, hey, you know, John Ossoff, hey, can you speak to me just for a minute before you leave? Hey, get with so-and-so over there and set something up. We'd love to talk to you. I've got to run to an... And he went out the door. That's what Beto will do, or Francis will do. But the Democrats won't get away from this, and this will be a problem. O'Rourke seemingly endorses third trimester abortions, okay? That should be a decision the woman makes. So he yesterday was asked this. White House hopeful Francis O'Rourke seemingly endorsed the practice of third trimester abortions at a campaign event in Ohio Monday, less than a month after the Senate Democrats blocked a bill that would require doctors to provide medical care to newborns amid a swirling infanticide controversy in Virginia. Now, does he know he's in Ohio? Does he know that the governor is ready to sign, I think, look it up for yourself, the heartbeat bill in Ohio? Does he know the House and Senate are controlled by the Republicans in Ohio? Does he know the governor's a Republican? Does he know the heartbeat bill is just a signature? It may be done already in Ohio. Does he know any of that when he says it's up to, and he endorses third trimester abortions? That should be the decision the woman makes. Let me see if we can hear it real quick. Hold on.
Abortions, or are you going to protect the lives of... Are you for third trimester abortions, or are you going to protect the lives of third trimester babies? Because, you know, there's really not a medical necessity for abortion. It's not a medical emergency procedure, because typically third trimester abortions take up to 3 days to have. So you would, in that sense, if there was an emergency...
Hey, Josh, get this video out of here. You'll see. Because this has got an answer, and I want to do this for a reason, okay? I'm going to explain something, and these people are hot. This question came through. It's not just what was said. Get this video up for me. Sorry about the noise on the mic, folks, and turn it around. And tell me as soon as you have that video out, okay? Okay? Yeah, you'll see it there. You'll see it there. Okay, folks, here's the thing. I just told you, I've been to these. Beto is walking in these places. He has a front team out there. This will get solved this week, okay? This will get solved. They will put a team out in front of Beto, which I'm calling him that so you'll recognize him, Francis O'Rourke. They will put a team out in front of him. This will not happen again. This won't happen again in Ohio. They're not going to allow this to happen. And this is a problem because they know, Democrats know, that the American people, when it comes to third trimester, when it comes to cutting up the body parts, yes, absolutely. When it comes to having to force a delivery to abort the child, the American people are not behind that, and they're not okay with that. You got it? Is it ready? Okay, watch this question. And it's not just the question, it's who let this person in. Go ahead.
Are you for third trimester abortions, or are you going to protect the lives of third trimester babies? Because, you know, there's really not a medical necessity for abortion. It's not a medical emergency procedure, because typically third trimester abortions take up to 3 days to have. So you would, in that sense, if there was an emergency, the doctors would just do a C-section, and you don't have to kill the baby in that essence. So are you for or against third trimester abortions?
So the question is about abortion and reproductive rights. And my answer to you is that should be a decision that the woman makes about her own body. I trust her.
Okay, so he changed That was not the question. That was not the question. It was nowhere near the question. He will not answer a question. He's an empty shirt, folks. A third trimester abortion whoever, I'm going to guess young lady that had the nerve. I would like to find out who this is. I want to look into that had the nerve to ask the question. First of all, they're going to fix this. This doesn't happen again, okay? He wants to go in and he wants to be cool and he wants to jump on the counter and he wants to talk to people at these coffee shops. But this question snuck in Ohio. He changed the question. And the answer is not, oh, well, I just think it's a woman's right to choose. That's not the answer. So whoever this reporter is, thank you for that. The Democrats got a serious problem, and they're going to fix this today. They won't let that happen again. How she got in the room, how she got that question, how she got picked, not anymore. That'll stop today because because there's too many people. See, used to they would just give you his take. There's too many people on Twitter and everywhere like that because that came off Twitter. Too many people have that. And everybody knows this morning in America, if you watch that he changed the question. That was not the question. I'm your host, BKP. We didn't get to everything, but we got the most. And I can't wait to get back tomorrow morning right here on FYNTV.com. I'll be back here at 8 a.m. Now it's time for instant replay. Take us out of here, Josh.